Talking about auctions recently, and I
Right.
actually had a friend of mine, real estate friend, mention that there was actually a realtor in Ottawa. Greg, did you hear about this? I won't mention
Recently?
who it was, but there was an auction in Ottawa where two people, basically the top two. So long story short, the property went up for auction. The guy actually used a website that helped with the bidding and so on, basically exactly like eBay. Like, you bid, you just outbid the other person. The top two bids, I believe, were 690 and 680, something like that. And both of them walked away from the deal afterwards. Like, she followed up she was playing tennis and saw the seller on the court next to her, ridiculously enough, said that has to be the seller of XYZ. Goes over, confronts the person, says, "Hey, are you the seller of XYZ?" And they're like, "Yes." And she's like, "Well, what happened with your sale? I knew there was auction." And the guy was kind of dejected, saying that the top two bids basically walked away after because there was no actual. I know I don't know what it would. Again, I guess they clicked it online, but you would assume that that's a digital contract. But long story short, top two bids walked away, and now I guess you have to figure out what the recourse is on that. Like who do you sue? How do you work on that? And this is in Ottawa. This happened in Ottawa. It was
property was in Vanier, right?
It was in the French Quarter, I think the
French Quarter. I had clients actually send me that.
This at all. That's crazy.
I had clients send me it. They were interested in it. But,
South Rockcliffe, they call it.
Yeah, the property was it was I think it was duplex, development potential on it. 100 by 50 or 100 by 60 lot, and but the house itself, from the photos, I knew would have issues from an inspection or anything like that. I mean, it was missing like front railings and stuff like that. But that's interesting to hear of how that it didn't actually go anywhere. So is it back on the market then, or what happened with the listing?
Well, I heard about this. This must have been right after we recorded last week. So I think I heard about it last Sunday or Monday. So I haven't got a follow up. This was just kind of a one time. Like, we were just chatting, and that is all that I heard. Like, what I just told you is basically where it stood when I spoke to her. So I don't know where it stands now, but I'm intrigued. We'll need an update next week. But Greg, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, is that something that, I don't know what that system is that they used. I wish I had the name of it. I should have.
I'll find out what that system is, and maybe we could talk about it more next week. I don't know. I don't think there's always been talk about it happening here. Auctions or more of the transparent multiple offer scenarios. I mean, we've spoken about that before. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the way that things work in Ontario with RICO takes years for anything to come to fruition, I guess. So I think for now we're on the same path we're on.
Morning, Ricky. Funny enough, I had someone point out last week who is an accountant listening to the show. They were laughing about our capital gains tax conversation because we talked ad nauseum about speaking to the right people, and then Dave's like, so in summary, when it comes to capital gains, and then goes into to explain how it works. It's just so funny. But apparently the rules did change in 2017 or 18, so that I think I said it had to be like reasonable, like standard reasonable living or something like that. But apparently there's some other nuances to that. So definitely speak to your accountant and follow up to last week. Do not take our advice. Speak to the professionals.
Don't speak to your builder about your accounting, and don't speak to your lawyer about your building.
Yeah, that's it. So I would say, we're now April 2nd. This will obviously be released the 5th. Next Tuesday, or 6th, whatever it is. I think it's time we bring back Mr. Morris, get an update on the stats, because it's been now at least 2-3 months.
I talked to him the other day. He's got some good he's got some new graphs in effect for the city too.
I bet he does.
He's serious. Yeah, he's got some new stuff. You know what is interesting? I'll bring up that in Orléans, they're changing the district code. For Avalon, Spring Ridge, Notting Hill is like a massive... it's a massive area, and they're splitting it into 4 now. So that's pretty cool. So
what's the purpose of that?
Just because there's so many new homes going up in the areas surrounding. You know what I mean? They had just this massive area to cover a certain space. But now since it's condensing, they're and there's.
But is that for like counselors or like what would shift?
No, oh no, sorry. That's for good. This is a great question, actually. Good topic. When you are in touch with a realtor and you're searching for homes, we in the back end of our system go by area codes for each specific. I mean, I guess it's a district. A neighborhood will have a specific code. So you have to go on your map and then you can pinpoint it. You can also
got to rep your set.
I mean, you could even like put it pretty much. You can also, do a graph and choose like a very specific zone, but that's what we do. Anyways, it's been kind of a pain in the ass because we've got such a big spot. So you type in Avalon and it's like, there's a lot to cover. So now they're making it smaller like the rest of the city, which is cool. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks.
Now they're going to be little boutique neighborhoods. Avalon's going to become a boutique neighborhood, the Glebe.
as opposed to being area 1107. Now I think we're 1107, 1119, 1118, and 1117 or something like that.
So exciting. So
exciting. I'm glad I could share that with all of you. I know everyone really cares about that. Jeez. Yeah.
Luloff did mention that when he came on.
Speaking of numbers, speaking of stats, speaking of areas.
1106. Mr. Luloff.
We should talk like that every week. Sorry.
Yeah. Just throw out numbers in the middle of the show. 32. So
got some good listeners in 3204.
Mr. Luloff mentioned when he was on that he was changing. There were some district changes actually happening out in Orleans as well. Like I know he said he was expanding, I think, to Cumberland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Rockland, or as far as Rockland potentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's there's clearly some reorg going on over in the East End. So that light rail, the light rail is getting to people's heads.
Light rail, that construction's wild, man.
Yeah, where does that stand? I've seen Matt posting stuff about it recently, but I haven't driven down there in probably a couple months. It's going. Like they're all the way out. They're all the way out at Place Orleans now. Like they're just working in the middle of the highway all the way out. It's pretty impressive.